Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to solve problems about proportions and proportionality. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. If 6 relates to x as 4 to 5, what is the value of x? 5 seconds. Did you find D, 7.5? That is correct. As you know, 6 times 5 is 30, divided by 4, 7.5, and that is the value of x. Let's go to the next one. If 12a equals 15b, what is the ratio of a to b? 5 seconds. Did you find D again? 125. That is correct. B will go on the left side with division, so it will become 12a over b equals 15. 12 will go on the right side with division, so a over b will be 15 over 12, which is 1.25. If x relates to 6 as 5 to 2 and 30 relates to x as y to 2, what is the value of y? 5 seconds. Did you find B, 4? B is correct. So how do we calculate x? 5 times 6 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. 30 divided by 15 is 2. So y over 2 equals 2, y equals 4. And that's the answer. The ages of Peter and Alex relate as 3 to 2. If Alex is 12 years old, how old is Peter? 5 seconds. Did you find B, 18? That is correct. So Peter to Alex is 3 to 2. The age of Peter relates to 12 as 3 to 2. That means Peter will be 3 times 12 divided by 2. 3 times 12 is 36, divided by 2, 18. And that's the answer. There are 1,560 students in a given school. The students that learn English, French and German relate as 7 to 3 to 2. How many students in that school are learning French? Pause the video if you need to and tell me the answer. Did you find B? 390? 390 is correct. Let's solve this one together. Let's indicate each language by its first letter. So English relates to French, relates to German as 7 to 3 to 2. And the sum of the students that learn those three languages is 1,560. English plus French plus German is 1,560. That means that we can write the following equations. The number of students that learn English will be 7x. Those who learn French will be 3x. And those who learn German will be 2x. And now we substitute those values in the sum and we get an equation for x. 7x plus 3x plus 2x equals 1,560. So 12x equals 1560, x equals 1560 over 12, which is 130. Okay, that means the students who learn French will be 3x, so French equals 3 times 130, 390, and that's the answer. Okay. In a class, the boys relate to the girls as 3 to 5. If the boys are 12, how many are the girls? Did you find B, 20? 20 is correct. By the same logic, the boys will be 3x equals 12, so x will be 4. 5 times 4 is 20 girls. Okay, 3 to 5 is the same as 12 to 20. The scale of a map is 1 to 2 million. If the distance between two towns on the map is 17.6 centimeters, what is the real distance between the towns in kilometers? 5 seconds. Did you find C, 352? That is correct. The scale indicates how many centimeters on the map correspond to how many centimeters in reality. So 1 centimeter on the map is the same as 2 million centimeters in reality, and 2 million centimeters is the same as 20 kilometers. So if I have 17.6 centimeters on the map, I just multiply by 20 and I get 352 kilometers in reality. This is a similar problem. The scale of a map is 1 to 3 million. If the distance between two towns on the map is 12.5 centimeters, what is the real distance between the towns in kilometers? Did you find B, 375? That is correct. The same idea. 12.5 multiplied by 30, because 3 million centimeters is the same as 30 kilometers. We get 375 kilometers of distance in reality. If A to B relates as 4 to 3, then what is the value of the expression 6a plus 2b over 3a minus 2b? Think about it. Did you find C, 5? 5 is correct. Let's solve this one together. A to B equals 4 to 3. This means that A can be written as 4x and B can be written as 3x. And now we have this expression, which is 6a plus 2b over 3a minus 2b. And what we need to do is just we substitute instead of a and b their relative expressions with x. So we get this is the same as 6 times 4x plus 2 times 3x over 3 times 4x minus 2 times 3x. So we get 24x plus 6x over 12x minus 6x. So this is 30x over 12 minus 6, 6x, x and x cancel. 30 divided by 6, this is just 5. And that's the answer. The passengers on a plane are 210. The children relate to the men as 3 to 4, and the men relate to the women as 6 to 7. How many women are on the plane? Did you find A, 84? 84 is correct. Let's solve this one together as well. Men plus children plus women is 210. And now we have two separate proportions. Children to men is 3 to 4, and men to women is 6 to 7, okay? Now, in order to write a single proportion, we need to have the linking term, which is the number of men, to correspond to the same number. This means I need to expand both those proportions so that I have the men to correspond to the same number in both of them. So I just find the least common multiple between 6 and 4, which is 12. So I'll expand the first proportion by 3. 3/4 is the same as 9 over 12. And I'll expand the second one by 2. So 6 to 7 is the same as 12 to 14. And now I have this number 12 in both proportions. Therefore, the children to men to women will be 9 to 12 to 14. Okay? And now I can use the same technique as before. Children will be 9x. Men will be 12x. Women will be 14x. I substitute those values in the sum. I'll get 9x plus 12x plus 14x equals to 10. I add up the numbers. 35x equals 210. X equals 210 over 35. I reduce by 7. 30 over 5. And 30 over 5 is just 6. And therefore the number of women is 14 times 6, which is 84. And that's the answer. The sides of a triangle are such that A to B equals 2 to 3 and B to C equals 4 to 5. If the middle side in length is 24, what is the perimeter of the triangle in centimeters? Did you find D, 70? 70 is correct. Let's solve it together. So we have that A to B is 2 to 3 and B to C equals 4 to 5. We use the same technique as before. The linking term is B. It should correspond to the same number. The least common multiple between 3 and 4 is again 12. I expand the first fraction by 4. I'll get 8 to 12, and the second one by 3. I'll get 12 to 15. So A to B to C is 8 to 12 to 15. A equals 8x, B equals 12x, and C equals 15x. So the middle side is B, obviously. It's 12x, and this is 24. Therefore, x equals 2. So A will be 16, C will be 30, and the perimeter will be A plus B plus C, which is 16 plus 24 plus 30, which is 70 centimeters. And that's the answer. In a car dealership, there are white, black and red cars, such that white to black to red is 7, relates as 7 to 4 to 6. If the white cars are 36 more than the black ones, how many cars in total are in the dealership? Think about it. Did you find C, 204? That is correct. Let's solve it together. White to black to red is 7 to 4 to 6. Therefore, the white ones will be 7x, the black ones will be 4x, and the red ones will be 6x. Now, in the problem it is said that the white cars are 36 more than the black ones. So white equals black plus 36, 7x equals 4x plus 36, and I just solve for x here, so 3x equals 36, x equals 12, and therefore the white cars will be 7 times 12, which is 84. The black ones will be 4 times 12, 48. The red ones will be 6 times 12, 72. And therefore, total 84 plus 48 plus 72. This is 204 cars. And that's the answer. If x relates to 9 as 2 to 3, 5 relates to x as y to 12, and x relates to y as 3 to z, what is the value of x plus y plus z? Did you find B, 21? 21 is correct. So x will be 9 times 2, 18 divided by 3, 6. And then y will be 5 times 12, 60 divided by 6, which is 10. And then here, if I substitute, I'll have 6 to 10 equals 3 to z. So z will be 10 times 3, which is 30, divided by 6, which is 5. And then the sum will be 6 plus 10 plus 5, which is 21. A parallelogram has a perimeter of 56 and its sides A and B relate as 3 to 4. If one of the heights of the parallelogram is 14, what is the area in square centimeters? Did you find A, 168? That is correct. Let's solve it together. The perimeter of a parallelogram is 2A plus 2B, and that is 56. So if I divide by 2, I'll get A plus B equals 28. And now I know that A to B relates as 3 to 4, therefore A is 3x, B is 4x. I substitute in the equation, I get 3x plus 4x equals 28, 7x equals 28, x equals to 4, and therefore A will be 12 and B will be 16, right? Let's make a brief sketch of this parallelogram. B is longer, so this is B16, this is A 12, right? B is 16, A is 12. And now it is said in the problem that one of the heights is 14. So we need to figure out which side is 14. If I draw the height like this, so h equals 14, I see that this cannot be the case, because in this right triangle AHD, I'll get a side being longer than the hypotenuse, and that is not possible. In the right triangle, always the hypotenuse has to be the longer side because of the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared, and therefore the hypotenuse should be greater than either one of the other two sides. And therefore I see that this is not correct as a sketch. This is not going to be my height. My height is going to be towards the smaller side. So this is my height, which is 14. Now in this case I have no problem, because my hypotenuse is 16 and the side is smaller than the hypotenuse, so we are fine here. And therefore the area will be A times h, which is 12 times 14, which is 168 centimeters squared, and that's the answer. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.